Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on Infidel, the GMT tactical wargame based on the Crusades. As you can see here before me, I've set up another scenario. It's the scenario of the Battle of Ascalon, which was fought on the 12th of August 1099. The battlefield is set. Here we have the city of Ascalon. Here we have the camp of the Fatimids. Here we have the plain of Ashdod. And here we have the advancing Crusaders. Now, the battle is set up in such a way as to reflect most closely what happened on that day. The battle book is quite interesting and quite precise when it comes to describing the historical facts on which these battles are based. And in this particular case, the Crusaders come with not such a big army actually. We have, if you will, three distinct groups. We have the group of Burgundy and Lorraine, led by Godfrey of Bouillon. Then we have Norman French and Flemish troops, led by Robert of Normandy. And then we have Provençal and Aquitaine, led by Raymond of Toulouse. We have 9 armed knights, and we have several pike divisions as well as archers and also crossbowmen. On the side of the... So basically the Crusaders approach with 3 distinct leaders. The Muslims, on the other hand, have several distinct groups. Sudanese archers with flails along here. Armenian archers down here, 5. Then we have a number of Seljuk and Egyptian pike fighters down here. Then we have a medium cavalry and Bedouin medium cavalry down here. And then we have the actual Fatimid camp, which is here. Now, in that camp, we have the overall leader of the Muslims, which was Al-Afdal. And we have, and here's my cat, yes, and he really enjoys the game, by the way. Go on. Here we have Berber medium cavalry, and we have Mamluk heavy cavalry. Now, all of these in the camp are disordered, and also the Mamluks are unalerted. So basically, these ones will have to be rallied first before anything can happen, unless they get attacked. Now, the setup is such that the Muslim side only has 1 leader. Now, as you know, usually as you progress through the turns, you can always activate another leader in turn if the opposing player does not seize the initiative from you. In this case, there is only 1. So basically, you can only ever work with 1 group in turn. So you either have the Sudanese or the Armenians or the Egyptians, Seljuks, the Bedouins, or once you have activated the Berbers and the Mamluks, they can go as well. But basically, the turn structure is slightly different. I'm just going to read this from the rules because this is really important because it will influence the way the game will go. The Egyptians are 5 contingents of men: archers, pike, infantry, Bedouin, medium cavalry, Berber, medium cavalry, and the Mamluk heavy cavalry, as indicated by their different command color stripes. However, they have no individual leaders, mainly because our access to Islamic sources is very limited. So the reflection of what you see on the board is based on the fact that we don't really know what the command structure was. treat each contingent as a separate command for continuation and seizure. So if the player cannot choose to continue with the same contingent unless his opponent just failed a seizure roll. Thus, Egyptians have only one command leader, Al-Afdal, and he is used for all activations. However, the limitation of being in command range does not apply to the Fatimid army. They are never considered out of command. So that is the upside of this, because these guys, I mean, his level is 6, and as you can see, these guys are 6 away from him, more than 6 away from him. Otherwise, it would be really, really difficult. In addition, the Egyptian army that is in camp is, like I said, all disorganized, and also some of them are unalerted. The Crusaders appeared on the scene rather suddenly, and some of the troops were literally sleeping while they were being attacked. The foot units, they managed to get up and deploy, and the Bedouin cavalry rushed out quickly to try and flank the Christians. That's these guys over here. But the Berber mounted units were only partially ready, and the Mamluk heavy cavalry was totally unprepared. So to reflect this, what you have to do is all Berber cavalry are disordered. So if you want to get them involved, you would have to spend one activation of Al-Afdal just doing nothing and just flipping these guys over. And all Mamluk heavy cavalry starts the battle unalerted, which means they cannot be activated until they are alerted. To alert the Mamluks, the Fatimids have to use a free activation. Once alerted, they are still disordered, but can now be activated. If any Mamluk heavy cavalry is attacked before they are alerted, all Mamluk heavy cavalry are alerted. So, the Crusader flight level is 20, and the Fatimid flight level is 25. So, it's not quite clear who started the battle, I suppose. We, again, do not have any records. So, what you're supposed to be doing is you're supposed to roll a die for each. And depending on who wins that roll, the armies will go. So, going to roll a d20 for this, 19 for the Crusaders, that's very hard to beat, and 15 for the Egyptians. So basically the Crusaders, they go first. So let's see how this goes. One thing that needs to be noted is, unlike most other scenarios where you have the light cavalry that the Eastern forces were famous for, in this scenario, there aren't any. So all of this, you know, retreat before battle, or, you know, go in, shoot your arrows and pull out again, all of this is not happening in this particular scenario. Since I last did a presentation of Infidel, I've changed a couple of ways in which I play the game. First of all, I got some more really good plexiglass sheets which make it possible for me to leave the game outside while I'm not playing, and make sure that my cat doesn't walk all over my armies and just basically scatter them around. And I've done this by actually putting these Go pieces between the two sheets. And number two, in the Haran scenario, where you have quite a lot of troops that are basically running out there to envelop their enemies, I found it quite difficult to actually keep track of who had already gone and who I still had to move and use for attack. So I also started to use Go pawns for this. And whenever one of the units has gone, or whenever I actually want to activate one, so it cannot act in this particular round, I just basically place one of those Go stones on it, so that I know either this one needs flipping or this one has already gone. So it helps me keep track of troop movements and of activities. This is how I play it. It's basically my aid to keep track of what's going on. It's probably also because I'm rather inexperienced. I've been playing this game, I don't know, since before Christmas, and it just makes it easier for me to keep track. So this is the end of video 1. In the next video we'll see how the Crusaders will go first and attack the Fatimids. And in order to do this, I'll have to persuade my cat to leave the playing field. We'll see if he. Oh yeah, he's able to leave, and he's willing to let me go ahead. So I'll finish this video and then I'll upload it, and then I'll proceed with the next one. Bye.